Hey everyone, Demo here. We got a new heroic mythic Soulbinder I'm not even going to try to pronounce that guide here. And so I'll have the raid plan in the description, and I'll go over a normal kill here just to kind of show the mechanics and describe it in the general strat. So let's get right into it. So the heroic mechanics for everyone here, just a simple dodging of the balls mechanic, Soulfray Annihilation, and then kick the mages. Not from your raid team, but from the mages within the group in the encounter. So getting started right to it, the boss will start at the front of the room and they'll have a bunch of canisters spawn, 12 to be exact. And so what you'll want to do is you want to pull the boss down to one of the canisters. You could pick this side, middle, but I do think going towards the top or bottom first is probably the best. You'll go to your first canister break. You want to have your group really stacked up tight. And then the players with the balls debuff, which is called Soulfire Convergence, what you'll have them do is you want to make sure that their arrows do not hit the group. So however they want to, whatever way they can make sure that they're not pointed at the group, that'll be for your most success. Now in Heroic, probably not a big deal, but it will be good practice for Mythic. Into the next mechanic is their Soulfray Annihilation. This mechanic is pretty important because if the boss will basically target two players with the line. And if the player is between the line and the boss, and it won't go through them. Like they can soak it. So like they get hit by the mechanic. It's not like just like a beam gets shot through them and it'll hit the ads. Like it's an actual orb that leaves the boss and they can soak it, and they don't want to. You want to make sure that that orb is hitting these canisters. And so pulling the boss right here really makes it easy and having it between the canisters really makes it easy for your group to be behind the canisters. If they're behind the canisters, there's a 0% chance that it gets soaked unless there's a stray melee that we all know that we have in our group that will for some reason be standing right here. But this will make sure that the canisters get broke. You can DPS these down. They get a 100% damage increase or something like that, and then they won't eventually spawn into the actual ads. Going into the next part, there's an arcane explosion that kind of knocks you back, and then that's more important on Mythic, but it can kind of position you to your next side, where you do a rinse and repeat of the same thing. Balls come out, make sure you don't hit the group. You have the Annihilation, make sure you kill these two ads, break them free, kill the two ads, have the boss in between for good cleave, and then rinse and repeat again. It'll do it 3 times in the first phase. And so that means that out of the 12, you can kill a total of 6 of the ads, but you're going to have 6 ads remaining. Now in Heroic, it's not really probably going to matter which ones you kill, but on Mythic, there's definitely some differences that we'll talk about. You can pick any order here in the middle, but at least this side's completely clear, and now you have an easy way to try to get these ads to be grouped up. So now that the intermission started, these ads will turn from unbound phase blades or unbound ads into basically Shadow Guard mages, phase blades, and assassins. And so the mages need to be kicked so that they will instantly come in, or they can be gripped. DKs finally have a raid buff, and you'll group them all up together. Continue to kick the mages, possibly loose spread. I think there's a debuff that goes on players that could affect basically a circle, and it targets more players that are in it. You don't want to soak it. But the phase blades, they do AoE damage, with the assassins and the mages doing more of a single target damage on random players. So from there, you'll obviously have them all grouped up, try to kick them, stun them, rotation, cleave them all down, not too big of a deal. After that, since you're already on this side, you go into the next phase 1, which is basically the same thing. It just rinse and repeats. And since you're already on this side, just bring the boss down to this side now, do the same thing, kill these 2 ads, bring it to the other side, kill these 2 ads, kill these 2 ads, and then you'll have these 6 on this side, group them up, blow them up, and then you're done. So talking about the Mythic mechanics here, there's pretty much only 2. Besides, each of the ads kind of have like a little twist to them, but the ball mechanic must hit the canisters first. So for these balls right here, you have to make sure that one of these balls that are leaving the player that is affected by it, it has to hit the canister. So you have to think of the canisters have 2 layers on them. First, it has to be debuffed by one of the orbs leaving the player, and the second is the Soulfray Annihilation. So that's one of the changes. And then the knockback leave puddles that last the whole fight. So a little bit of an aerial denial, where I really think that like for that mechanic, you'll probably most likely like kill these 2 ads, and then you'll pull the boss to the corner. The whole raid will be stacked like right here. They'll all get knocked back that way, and all your puddles are over in this corner then. And you kind of pixel stack them, all put them down here. That way you have a really small area denial on this side, and then if you do it over here, small area denial on the top side, and continue from there. Obviously, by the time we get to this fight, Race World First Guilds will have killed it. We'll be able to see what the true strat is, but there's also the fact that the ads have different mechanics to them. They're all kind of like, it just depends what you want, and I'm not going to go into too much detail with it because by the time we get to it, they'll have already figured it out which is the most deadly and which is the easiest way to kill, whether it's mages, assassins, or phase blades. So let's jump into a kill real quick. This is just normal from my POV, and we can kind of just look at some of the mechanics. So from the start here, you can see that these ads are going to spawn. I'm trying to pull the boss over to the corner, but this group on normal didn't want to. Right here is this Soul Frail Annihilation, as you can see. So it's this orb will come out from this player, and they want to be behind it so it hits the ad. As you can see, he's standing right here. I don't think it's going to cleave it. On heroic, on normal it will, but heroic he would have soaked it, so it wouldn't have done the job. These are the orbs that spawn from the players. These were if you're grouped up and stacked up, you can just make sure that your orbs are not going to hit the group. That's pretty much it. And there's the knockback. That's pretty much all of phase one. I kind of also my first time seeing the boss on normal, so I'm not 100% sure what I'm also doing, but you'll get a better idea here. Those are the orbs, and they need to hit the canisters. And once they hit the canisters, these become free, and you can kill them so that they don't become ads. Empowered ads, basically. Explosion again. We got lots of pings going everywhere. Nobody's quite sure what we're going to break. And again, on normal, you could, but this person is not what you'd want to do. You'd want to make sure you're behind the canister, whereas this person, they're going to miss it because they don't get there in time, but you would want to be behind the canister. They have the right idea. So the orb just misses, but that was the right idea, so you don't accidentally soak the orb. Now, he's going to do a cast. All the ads are going to spawn, and we kick and just bring them all in. And you want a kick rotation, just making sure kick stuns for heroic at least on the first day that you're in there, making sure that void volley doesn't go off. So after that, arcane explosion, and you can already see that the next ad's set is spawning. So that's pretty much the whole fight. I do expect maybe some changes. It does look like Mythic could maybe have some more difficulty added to it potentially. I just don't think this is on the level of like a Rick Reverb for a third boss. I actually think that this might even be an easier for a second boss on Mythic than a third boss. But it all depends on tuning. If they tune this really high and those ads really hurt, that could be the whole part of the fight. But we'll definitely have to see. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you do and you want to see more content like this, give it a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Enjoy.